Guy on CNN is about to interview this woman who is a parent in New Jersey, apparently, who is opposed to the mask mandate, and they're suing. This guy might be a good broadcaster, but it is not on display here. You can see the anger in his face when the person being interviewed says, by the way, what he knows she's going to say, because they were invited on his broadcast here. I've done it myself, by the way. He's bringing too much emotion.
Kelly, I first want to start with you. Your reaction to what we heard today from the CDC.
Well, it's eerily similar to last year when they talked about how the COVID virus was becoming more of a pandemic and that they decided to forcibly mask all kids going back to school. So I accepted it because it was a temporary executive emergency order. And
okay, you see me staring. I mean, this is all fine. He asked a question, she's answering it. But look at, he's about to lose it here.
The emotional, psychological, and physical toll that a year and a half of masks on kids, specifically my children.
See right there, he's fuming. And he's 1 minute and 12 seconds into the segment.
And the parents who have spoken to me have taken greatly outweighs the impact that the virus, including the Delta variant, has on kids.
So let me ask you this. Do you believe masks work as a measure to mitigate the spread of the virus?
It's a fair question. It's a necessary question. He asks it. Listen.
Well, I think that the more important question is, does the government have a right to force children to wear masks for up to 8 hours a day?
I hear that, but I'd like an answer to the question I asked, please. Do you believe that masks work?
Okay, now he's asking it a second time. It's fair for him. I mean, this is all just my opinion. I'm not the arbiter of what's fair or not. Please, I'm sitting in my apartment. So he's asking now for a second time. And her answer, I'm sure, is good. As a host, he should want it. It's going to raise the drama here.
I think there's many cases where, especially with kids, the masks don't work because they're not being worn properly.
He looks like he's going to cry. Okay. If that's the only way you can react, dude, then get off CNN. This guy's a minute and 54 seconds in. I mean, he knows what she's going to say. I don't think that people with emotions at this amped level should really be the ones on CNN trying to lead a discourse. I think that. All right, back to it.
There's arguments where people aren't wearing the correct type of mask. So I think that that is something that cannot be controlled in all of New Jersey's schools.
Bruce, I think we probably should stop the conversation right there. If we're having a conversation about whether masks work or not, I really believe the rest of this is futile because we know that the science shows that masks work.
But you asked the question twice, buddy.
Well, Victor, Kelly, let me say this. Victor, you brought up the subject. So don't tell me you're stopping the conversation when you bring up the subject.
But listen, wait a minute. Hold on. We invited you here to talk about the lawsuit, right? Of course, if you believe that masks should not be mandated in schools, it is natural for me to ask, do you believe that masks work?
All right, Dunderhead, then it's natural for her to answer honestly, or for her to answer. And the bonus is she answered honestly. Get off CNN.